Hey everybody, David Newton at Unsightly Vinyl, here to do a contest entry for Swellhead Networks, aka Logan on Your Mouths. And I'm not sure what he's calling this contest, but he doesn't want us to show anything. That was very explicit in his rules. No albums, no visuals, nada. So he's got 3 questions he'd like us to answer, and there is a bonus question, but kick it off with the first one. Give a shout out to radio stations that are local to your area. They can be either stations in the past or current stations. I'm going to give a shout out to 4 stations. The first 2 are stations that were big when I was a kid, and depending on who I was in the car with is the station I would listen to. So my dad is a big country music fan, and if I was in the truck with him, or if he was driving the family in the car, we were listening to K93, which was 92.9. Now, if mom was driving and she was listening to radio, it was mixed 94.5, which is just kind of like top 40 radio. So again, depending on who you were with, that's what station we were listening to. When I got my license and I was driving, I was listening to 98.1 double Q. That today is now 100.1 double Q. Same format, just classic rock, and still enjoy it. But in the mid to the late 90s, there was a new station introduced in Lexington, Kentucky called Z103, Z-Rock. And it played more current music, more of your grunge and alternative music, and I listened to that quite a bit, when I was driving to and from work or from school, and I just really enjoyed that station. So those are my four radio stations. Question, challenge, whatever you want to call it, 2 was to share an album by your favorite band or artist that you will probably never own. I'm going with an album by a band out of the UK in 1997. This was John Squire's first project after he left the Stone Roses, and it was a group called the Seahorses. They only released 1 album. It was called Do It Yourself. I've seen it on Discogs, but it goes for like $200. It was a good album, but it wasn't one of those albums that was all killer, no filler. I mean, there were like 3 or 4 songs I really liked, and the others were just kind of, So I don't see myself paying $200 for an album that I'm just not completely enthralled with. They were a good band though. I mean, this was again John Squire's first project after he left the Stone Roses. They were going to be called Plasticine, which in Europe or the UK is plastic. But they decided to go with the name Seahorses instead. The third challenge was to share an iconic album that you have never listened to or heard before. I'm going to go with Joy Division. I've never heard the album that has the squiggly lines on it. I'm drawing a name, or I'm drawing a blank on the name of the album. That's how that's how much I know about Joy Division. I will say some other ones though. Genesis, Foxtrot. Never heard of it, never listened to it. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, I've never listened to it. Cheap Trick's debut album, never listened to it. So yeah, there are several iconic albums that I've just never listened to, or really had a desire to listen to them, to be honest. So those are my 3 responses to Logan's challenges. This is a simple contest. I encourage everyone to take part in this. We're under 5 minutes right now. Quick video. You're entered automatically. As long as you don't show anything. Don't show any album covers, no visuals whatsoever. So there you go, Logan. Hope I satisfied your challenges, and until next time, take care. Thanks.